Pretty cool indeed. We talk a lot about writing, and writing is essential because any of you that know writing, anybody can get up and talk. Okay? But when you write, you really have to think. There's a process. You really, writing gets at a way of thinking like nothing else. And so the ability to write, particularly nowadays, we know that getting into top-tier schools, you will be required to do a significant piece of critical writing. You will be given anywhere from 2 to, I've heard of some schools that have a 4-hour sit-down writing session. You're given a prompt, and boy, the smoke better come off the end of the pencil. You better write something good, because they know that that's what really gets at your ability to be a critical, to be a really creative thinker. And so writing is a really key piece of what we do here, and trying to make that writing connection across the curriculum. Now, we do lots of different writing. My prompt to you is, are you learning to be a good writer here at St. Gregory? So let's talk a little bit about writing.
Well, we write a lot in our English classes, and especially in Miss Pickrell's English classes here. We started reading night, and for every chapter that we would read, we would write a response on it. And I know that for a lot of students, they started off really short, but then as we got into the book, we learned to write more and more and to analyze more. And we just read some short stories in our English class also, and we wrote our own short stories, and they're being peer edited right now, and we're going back and rewriting them. And just throughout the years at St. Gregory, I know like a lot of my friends have learned just writing styles, and everybody who writes now has their own voice, and you can definitely tell.
Thank you. Connor?
Also, another thing is, as well as we get to figure out how to write a real good essay about like a certain topic, like educational topic. In English classes, we write like creative writing essays, so we get to write, like Caroline said, what we want to write, and we learn how to write from like our heart and stuff, and we know how to like do the best writing we can to turn it in for like a paper and for a good essay, like a 3 or 4 page essay. But as well, we can also do creative writing, so that's a good thing.
Good, thank you. Anna?
When we write, there isn't a certain amount that we have to write, so all the teacher really wants you to do is write something that's good, but even if it's short, then they're still okay with it if it's your best piece.
Again, I think nearly all of us were in Miss Pickrell's English class. We had to do a This I Believe essay. And so, well, what it is, it's basically the prompt of the essay is what you believe, and so we have to write an essay about what you believe. And so that was really cool because we really had a lot of freedom, and we could basically write what we wanted and in our own voice, and it didn't really have to matter if anybody agreed with us, like about what we believed. It just had to be about you. And so like I come from a school system that just really, you had a prompt and you had about like, you had to follow exact directions, and they just tell you exactly what would happen, and you have to follow that. But here, when I had to write a short story, the instructions were write a short story, have fun, and that's it. So that was really cool.
One of the pieces, and I'll get right down to you, Grant, in a second, is that finding a voice. You know, if there's one thing that I fervently shoot for every time I see a 6th grader come in, and by the time they leave as an 8th grader, is that they have found their voice. What is it deep inside? I heard one of our kiddos here talk about writing from the heart. What is in there? What is unique to them? What makes them special? How do we get that out of the brain, through the pencil, onto the paper? Because that is critical. I want every kid that comes through our middle school to be ready to hit our upper school with a strong personal voice. That's not a loud physical voice. That is speaking deep from within about who they are. They've discovered that. Writing is a powerful way to do that. Right?
Another different cool thing that we do here is that instead of just like saying, what does this symbolize, or what is this the metaphor for, we have to back up what we say and we have to prove it. You can't just say, like, I don't know, like, it was a sunny day, so therefore it symbolized the bright future of the character or whatever. You have to back it up and find like other examples from the text that show that the person did have a bright future, and you have to think a lot more critically, and that's the big thing.
Good. One more real quick.
Another thing kind of about our teachers and how they grade our writing is that since everybody's writing is different, especially in the This I Believe essays, some of the stuff was like, I believe that the simplest things are the best, or things that can be kind of like magical, that are just like things that you grew up around. And so since nobody's essay is going to be even about the same thing, the teacher really has to like go through every single one and make sure that they read it fully. So it kind of shows that our teachers definitely like think about when they grade you for things, and they don't just kind of skim, because if you have like a writing assignment where everybody has to write the same thing, then it's much easier to grade. And everybody kind of has the same sort of thing, but like especially here, everybody writes about different things, so nothing's identical and everything kind of has, again, its own voice.
All right, thank you. Now,